ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم ربنا واجعلنا مسلمين لك ومن ذريتنا أمة مسلمة لك وارنا مناسكنا وتب علينا إنك أنت تواب رحيم ربنا وابعث فيهم رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياتك ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة ويزكيهم إنك أنت العزيز الحكيم.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mariam Owodoni. Welcome to another exciting episode on the message this beautiful Jumat. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. We thank Almighty Allah for sparing our lives to today. We will continue to have reasons to praise, worship, and thank Almighty Allah. Amen. As you all know that the message is a program dedicated to dismantling doubts and nurturing convictions by addressing relevant topics affecting today's society. This lecture offers our conscious minds ways to address our soul properly according to the Holy Quran. Islam is a religion of peace, tranquility, and psychological calm will only be achieved by believing in Almighty Allah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. We thank Almighty Allah for making us a Muslim and a practicing one at that. May we continue to be so. Amen. On today's episode, I'm not the only one here. I have Ustaz Abdulateef Oloyede with me here on today's episode. Topic we are going to be discussing is Al-Amana. Yes, that is the topic we are going to be discussing. And what is the meaning and all that is about, he is going to be discussing in details with us, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Thanks for joining us on today's episode.
Yes, thank Allah.
Yes, I've introduced you to our viewers at home, but I want you to introduce yourself to our viewers at home.
By name, I'm Ustaz Abdulateef Oloyede Al-Mubaraki.
Thanks for joining us on today's episode, and on short notice too. And you came. Jazakallah khairan.
Amin wa yak.
Thank you very much. Like I said, that the topic we are discussing today is Al-Amana. What is Al-Amana?
Alhamdulillah. We give thanks to Allah Almighty, the creator of all creatures, the supreme being in possession of supreme power, for making us alive till today, and for making us witness this holy month of Ramadan, Hijrah 1444. And we thank God for this very particular program also. Not allowed to waste much of our time, I would like to go straight on to the topic of discussion, which is Al-Amana. Al-Amana is a Arabic term, and linguistically it can be easily called or referred to as being honest, because Amana linguistically means trust. So this trust we are talking about is one of the ethical character and moral in which Almighty Allah has mandated every human being to stick to it very well. So in the light of that, Al-Amana trust is the foundation, that is the fulfillment of our rights and preservation of that right. That is what we mean by Al-Amana. So this Al-Amana that we are talking about is associated with every aspect of our life. So whether male, female, whether father, whether mother, whether children, young or old, it cuts across every aspect of our life. So in the light of that, Allah Almighty commanded us towards fulfillment of this Amana. As Allah Almighty says in the Holy Quran, to be specific, in Quran chapter 4 verse 58, Surah An-Nisa, Allah Almighty says, Inna Allah yamruku an tu'addu li amanati ila ahliha wa isa hakamtu bayna nas an tahkumu bil adl, which state that Allah Almighty himself commanded every living soul all of us who truly believe in him to make sure that we fulfill and we protect the trust being given to us. And whenever we are judging or we are doing anything among ourselves, we must do it according to justice. That is, in accordance with our adil, we should fear Allah in whatever we do. In whatever we do. So in the light of that, al-amana is being said in different aspects of Holy Quran, in different ayah. To be specific, when we go to Surah Al-Azab, Quran chapter 33 verse 72, Allah Almighty says there, Inna aradina li amanata ala samawati wal ardi wal jibal fa abayna an yahmilina wa amala al insan. Allah says we put trust onto into the sama as well as ardi, on the sky, the land, as well as on the mountain. The three fear trust. But we human beings, because of our ignorance, because we don't know what it entails, so we embrace it. But the fulfillment of that very particular trust is now becoming a problem to us. Not all of us are now fulfilling the trust being put in our custody. So al-amana, as I said, it has to do with every aspect of our life. Okay. Ready for what comes out from our mouth.
You said we are having problems with that trust, that we are not fulfilling it.
Yes.
In what way?
Because when we look at our society today, not everyone in our society today believes in the Almighty Allah. So the fulfillment of that trust now become difficult for those that don't believe in Allah. And also, not everyone who calls himself or herself Muslim or Muslimah is a true Muslim. So on that aspect also, we have one or two little challenges. Because some people will tell you we are the true Muslim, in which what you notice in their utterances, in their actions, is quite different from what Islam preaches. So that is the aspect in which we are having some problem towards fulfillment and preservation of this trust we are talking about. So to be a trustworthy person, this trustworthiness and honesty as well as trust we are talking about, we emulate it from Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to the extent that because of the way he lived when he was alive, even some people that are ignorant, they say a lot of bad things about him because of his behavior. But at the end of the day, they started giving kudos to him. And at the end of the day, he was nicknamed as Al-Amin. That is the trustworthy person. So in the light of that, every Muslim needs to follow Holy Prophet Muhammad by working towards being named as Al-Amin. Because Allah says in Holy Quran, Surah Al-Qalam, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Nun wal qalam wa ma yasturu, ma anta bi ni'mati rabbika bi majnun. You are not a mad person, you Holy Prophet Muhammad, because of all these good things and all these qualities you are displaying. Wa innaka la khuluqin azim. The best behavior whatsoever we can talk about is already in Holy Prophet Muhammad. So in the light of that, every Muslim needs to work towards being nicknamed as Al-Amin.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
You are just joining us on today's episode on the message topic we are discussing is Al-Amana, and our ustaz here have been doing justice to the topic. He said as Muslims we should make conscious effort, yes, to strive to be a trustworthy person. Don't let us be when they say ọ̀rẹ́nu mi ní kẹ́gbọ́ ẹ má wo ìṣe mi or ẹ má wo ìwà mi. Don't let us be that type of Muslims. Yes, we don't want to be. We should make conscious efforts. We should be intentional about being a Muslims and our worship towards Almighty Allah. May Almighty Allah continue to have mercy on us all. Amen. What is the importance of Al-Amana trust in Islam?
This trust we are talking about in fact, is of great importance in our life.
Okay.
For our existence, we need to walk in line with trust being entrusted on each and every one of us. If Almighty Allah says in Holy Quran, to be specific, in Surah Zariyat, Quran chapter 51 verse 56,
Okay.
Allah says, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونِ. So Allah Almighty says, I don't create human being and jinn for any other thing apart from worshipping the Almighty Allah. So that is a trust in which everyone must fulfill and preserve it. So if you want to live a fulfilled life, you must work towards ensuring preservation of that trust and fulfillment of that trust. That's one of the type of trust that is between you and your creator. So you have some responsibilities, you have some duties which you must stick to. So for your life to be meaningful, for you to be peaceful, for you to have rest of mind, for you to live comfortably in this life, you must make sure that you are a trustworthy individual. So that is one of the significance between you and your creator. Likewise, in between you and other human being, you won't have any problem once you make sure that you are a trustworthy individual. You will not have any fear, because whatever you say, if it is the truth, so you won't have any cause to be panic or to be running scatter for anything. So that is one of the importance of this very particular trustworthiness we are talking about, or being honest. Okay,
thank you very much. Is there examples that you have, or you've seen instances that these things works? You know, there are some that they say, okay, trust, that they have options that they can decide not to. You know, we as human beings, we have this habit that most of us, I can't really say for everybody, that when you see, we tend to do something that is, when we know, okay, this is what I'm doing. When it comes to ourselves, we tend to be partial. We know, okay, let me be trustworthy here and let me not be trustworthy here. Have you seen examples like that?
Exactly. That one will lead us to different kinds of trust.
Okay.
Okay. As I rightly said, from what comes out of our mouth,
Okay.
we need to be trustworthy in that aspect.
We should not be partial.
Yes. Because Almighty Allah says in the Holy Quran, in that very particular Surah Al-Azhar, Quran chapter 33, Allah says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. Allah says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, taqullaha, fear Allah Almighty. You already believe in Allah. The Allah now reiterating it for you that you must fear Allah in whatever He does. I started following by saying, Wakulu qawlan sadida. Whatever comes out of your mouth must be truth and good.
Truth and good.
Truth and good. So you must not tell lies. And also you must not say anything bad against any individual. That's why I say it comes out, it started from what comes out of our mouth. Allah proceed in that particular phase that Wakulu qawla sadida, from what comes out of your mouth, then yuslih lakum a'malakum. Whatever you lay your hand upon, whatever you do, anything you are doing must be good. And from there, because we are human beings, we are not perfect. Any form of mistake we may make, Allah now say in continuation of that phase that yaghfir lakum dhunubakum. So that is also one of the importance of being trustworthy. That is, any mistake you now make, after all the care, after everything you are doing, Allah is ready to forgive you.
Now we should ask for forgiveness.
Exactly, that we should ask for forgiveness. So in our religion,
okay, some people tend to have these habits, like they know, okay, we are human, and we are not perfect.
Yes.
And when we make mistake, we tend to ask for istighfar, we ask for forgiveness and all that.
Yes.
But some people will have this mindset that ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mi ti pọ̀ jù, mo rò bóyá
forgiveness is with Allah Almighty. Because Allah Almighty says, I know what I created. Allah ya'lam man khalaqa wa huwa al-latiful khabir. He's a merciful God, and is God that knows everything. So before our existence, before our creation, Allah Almighty is there. So He knows whatever we may do and whatever we can do. So in the light of that, forgiveness is part of trust. We should have true belief that when we make some minor mistake, as human being that is not perfect, sure, Almighty God, Allah is there to forgive us. The moment
we ask for forgiveness
and we decided not to go back to that mistake again or sin again. So in the light of that, in our religion, we need to be trustworthy. Some people, today is Friday, we see the dressing of some people as being Islamic in nature. But can we tell that all of them go to mosque? If they go, by what time do they go?
And some that even Monday to Thursday, there's a certain way they are going to.
Exactly.
And when it comes to Friday, most of us are guilty of this.
So in the light of that,
to have mercy on us.
Amen. Allahumma amin. But in the light of that, we must make sure that we walk and we do our things according to the commandment of Almighty Allah. So in the light of that, on our religion, trust is there, in which we must make sure that we do everything Allah Almighty instructed or commanded us to. We need to be steadfast. So that is one aspect. Also, we have a trust on secret. Trust in secret. That is, if anyone, a colleague of yours, a family member, or anybody just come to you and explain situation of things to you, seeking for your advice or keeping that secret with you, that please, I beg you in the mighty name of Allah, don't expose me. I want you to assist me in this aspect. I want to keep this secret with you. Please don't relate it to anybody without my knowledge. So if that person doesn't have trust in us, he or she will not come. But the moment he or she comes and narrated this situation of things and now commanded us, please keep the secret. Human being, a true Muslim must keep that secret. That is trust in as regarded secret. Also, we also have a trust as regards properties or money. Two friends, they may engage in business, and because we are not the owner of our life, so anything can happen. Almighty Allah can call any of them unto Him. So the light of that, you that is a companion there, you need to let the immediate family of your colleague know about the secret between you and him. So even because of power or because of money, some people, they know that my colleague is having share in this thing, so they may try to engage in ungodly acts, either to set up the colleagues
so that person
will not be able to have access to his or own share. It may lead to the level of assassination, and which Almighty Allah has commanded that no one should kill the other person. So in the light of that, on the aspect of money is there. So when you are being given anything for safekeeping, you have to keep it and make sure that whenever that person requested for it, you make sure that you fulfill that promise. So that is another aspect of trust. Also, within the family. Yes, within the family. The family setup comprises of a father, mother, and children. So on our children, can we say that we ensure we are trustworthy in treating our children?
Equally.
Equally. Also, in the aspect between the husband and wife, can your husband trust you? Can your wife trust you? So that is an issue. So we may be living together within the same house, we may be sleeping together on the same bed, but do we have trust in each other? Exactly. We don't know. But trust, we are saying that is that your wife is supposed to be able to say something about you, that I trust my husband. He cannot do this. He couldn't do this. Or I trust my wife. She cannot do without my knowledge. So those are the issues. But under that trust, there are some responsibility on the part of the husband
and the wife too.
But on your own, don't say because you are noticing some maybe irregularities or unexpected behavior or unexpected actions from your spouse, you now decided to leave your own responsibility. No. As a true Muslim, you must not do that. You will continue in doing your own, believing that you are worshiping Allah Almighty, that Allah Almighty is there to reward you according to your own deed.
And you are doing everything
for the sake of Almighty Allah. Because whatever we gain here as immediate gain, it will not last for life.
Thank you very much.
It will not last for us.
I've really learned, and I hope those who are told to have learned one or more on today's episode. And the topic we are discussing is al-amana, trust. Yeah, our ustaz there has said a lot. He said, as Muslims, we should be trustworthy. We should trust Almighty Allah. We should be faithful. We should be steadfast. And those of us that people come to us to tell us their secrets, and we want to use the secrets to buy friends from, to buy trust from another people. No, Islam forbids that. Don't let us use other people's trust to buy friends or to make friends. And those of us that we have things that belongs to other people, let us fear Almighty Allah. And the last day, may Almighty Allah continue to have mercy on us all.
Amen.
Yes, and on today's episode, I want to open the phone line now. Yes, the first caller that is going to call in to greet us on this episode, we are going to send 5 gig of data to that person. I don't know who the person is, but I am going to open the line now.
Okay, as you are expecting our caller, so I want to talk about another aspect of this trust we are talking about. Okay. That is our health. That is our body.
Okay.
As Almighty says, we are not created for anything other than to worship Allah.
Okay.
When we make use of our body in line with what Allah Almighty says and what the Prophet practices, then we are trustworthy on our body.
Okay.
Different parts of our body are created for specific purposes. So we have a lot of individuals also in which different parts of their body are not is not useful to them. That's how Allah wants it. But for you that have complete body,
You should be grateful.
you should be grateful to Almighty
And
Allah,
we should not abuse it.
and we must not abuse it. That's another aspect of trust. So we need to make use of our body in worshiping Allah. So that is another aspect.
Thank you very much,
Okay.
sir. Yes, because of the time, can you please introduce yourself to the viewers once again?
Once again, I'm Ustaz Abdul Latif Oloyede and Mubaraki.
Thanks for joining us on today's episode.
Jazakallah. I mean,
The time is really against us today. Probably next week, may Almighty Allah spare our lives. We will be expecting calls from our viewers at home. Yes, and we should not forget that that we should cherish what we have, and we should remember that we don't own tomorrow, and we do not know who he is going to be relevant tomorrow. We don't know who will be available. We don't know who will be alive. We did not even know who is going to be bigger or smaller, and we don't know who will be rich, poorer, or mostly needed. Yes, we just ask for Almighty Allah mercy. May Almighty Allah continue to have mercy on us. So we should all tread carefully. Any position we are today, we should remember that we are not going to be there forever. So we should tread carefully, and we should fear Almighty Allah. And the last day, may Almighty Allah
programs. On OSBC TV, there is something you must watch. We have drama.
Is it not eating? I just heard strange words and incantations, like ritual songs, coming from his room.
Oh, it's okay. Let me go and talk to him.
Sports.
It is Mel! Yes! Oh, yes! What a brilliant free kick!
Good musicals. Educational television, kiddies and cartoons. Quality discussions and editorials.
Having an holistic view of what is playing out now in the political climate, general summary.
Then you equally saddle the same minded with controlling, the funding and the money to which a party could spend. Actually, it's unfortunate that the parties are not sincere. They cannot be sincere in the nature of elections we are organizing. In the developed society, it's not as if the things are a little bit, but today people are challenging even Trump's elections in terms of information, in terms of managing the activities, in terms of his campaign. You can't do that here.
And news on the go.
For prioritizing agriculture as a means of diversifying the economy.
Join us on StarTimes channel 113, Free TV 502, and follow us online at osbcng.org. Meet us on our social media platforms. OSBC Television, we keep you updated.
iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ máa rẹ̀ ẹ má fi sílẹ̀ ẹ̀mú ní kókó ọlọ́run ò ní ẹrú ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ ojú olóore tí kì í gbàgbé aláìní àtàwọn máa tọrọ jẹ bó ṣe yan sàkà lórí ẹ̀san ọgbà ẹ̀san ńlá ló jẹ. ó yan sàkà nínú ọwọ́ ni mo fi tẹ̀lé àṣẹ Allahu ọba pé ká má gbàgbé aláìní àtàwọn máa tọrọ jẹ ẹni yan sàkà àrí ẹ̀san ọgbà dájúdájú. òun ló kó kẹta òun ló gbó kẹta nínú ìsìlámù tọ́lọ́hún wí tó bá yọ sàkà nínú owó wa lówó fi mọ́ àtúnjẹ ìṣọ́ lórí ẹrù rẹ̀ tó bá mú níṣẹ́ ṣáàtì má gbàgbé aláìní o ọ̀rẹ́ kó má gbàgbé aláìní àtàwọn atọ́rọ jẹ ẹni yọ sàkà àrí ẹ̀san ọgbà dájúdájú nínú owó mi àṣẹ aláwọ̀ àtọrọjẹ ò ẹni yọ sàkà àrí ẹ̀san ọgbà dájúdájú olówó ló jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ olówó ló jẹ́ ó tó ṣẹ́kù kó máa rántí pé tó bá yọ sàkà nínú owó ẹ̀ ọba ọ̀rẹ́ ni ọlọ́lá ni yọ ó tún gbajúmọ̀ nínú ọlá láyé tó bá yọ sàkà nínú ọlá ẹ̀ ìkẹ́lá ló jẹ́ ṣáàtì má gbàgbé aláìní ṣáàtì má gbàgbé aláìní àtàwọn máa tọrọ jẹ ẹni yọ sàkà àrí ẹ̀san ọgbà ìkẹ́lá lájẹ. ó yọ sàkà nínú owó ni mo fi tẹ̀lé àṣẹ Allahu ọba mímọ́ ọ̀gá má gbàgbé aláìní àtàwọn máa tọrọ jẹ ẹni yọ sàkà àrí ẹ̀san ọgbà dájúdájú. tó bá yọ sàkà tó fúyàwó ẹ̀ sàkà kọ́lé yọ. tó bá yọ sàkà tó fúyàwó ẹ̀ sàkà kọ́lé yọ. bí kò yọ sàkà tó fún màmá àti bàbá kọ́ rárá ọmọ sí màmá àbí bàbá náà sọmọ tó bá bí. tó bá yọ sàkà tó fún ẹbí ẹ̀ sàkà kọ́lé yọ. àwọn tó súnmọ́ àtàrà àdúgbò àwọn ló tọ́ sí. má sì yọ sàkà lọ sílùú mìíràn àfi bí ó bá wà. àwọn tó ti mọ̀ láláyé ni o àwọn tó ti mọ̀ láláyé ni àtàwọn máa tọrọ jẹ ṣé wọ́n láǹfààní kórí ẹ̀sán gbà lọ́wọ́ bá mímọ́. ó yan sàkà nínú owó ìmọ̀ fi tẹ̀lé àṣẹ àlà ọba mímọ́. ẹ̀ka má gbàgbé aláìní àtàwọn àtọ̀jẹ ẹni yan sàkà àrí ẹ̀sán gbà dájúdájú. ẹ̀wọ̀ ẹ̀ka sàkà nínú owó ìyẹn lọ́dọọdún. ẹ̀wù ẹgbà sàkà nínú owó ìyẹn lọ́dọọdún. ìwọ gbẹ̀bù yìí sàkà ọ̀la ìyẹn lọ́dọọdún. tó bá ti sàn yẹn mo fẹ́ kó mọ̀ pé sàkà kan rárá. tó bá yọ sàkà tó fún yọ má jẹ́ wọ̀n òun ló yọ fún. ṣe láṣẹ pamọ́ má jẹ́ kó jọ̀nà wọ́n tó mọ́ tó rárá. ṣé wọ́n láǹfààní kórí ẹ̀sán gbà lọ́wọ́ bá mímọ́. ó yọ sàkà nínú owó ni mo fi tẹ̀lé àṣẹ aláwọ̀ ọba rere. pé ká má gbàgbé aláìní àtàwọn àtọ̀jẹ ẹni yọ sàkà àrí ẹ̀sán gbà dájúdájú. ohun tó lóhùn béèrè nínú owó ẹ̀ kò ju bíntín. ohun tó lóhùn béèrè nínú owó ẹ̀ kò ju bíntín. nínú 1,025,000 ló jẹ́ lọ́dún. nínú 10,250,000 lọ́dún ló jẹ́. làkàyè yóò sì táwọn tálíkà fẹ́ tó lówó. yẹn tó lówó tó pọ̀ ní báńkì lóríṣiríṣi. tó jẹ́ lọ́dún kan tí o bá gbówó rẹ̀ kò lè ní lára. dúró wọn lẹ́ni tówó wọn ti wọ̀ sàkà ní yíyọ. mo ṣáà má gbàgbé o. mo ṣáà má gbàgbé aláìní àtàwọn máa tọrọ jẹ. ẹni yọ sàkà àrí ẹ̀sán ọgbà ńláńlá. ó yọ sàkà àníwò wọn ni mo fi tẹ̀lé àṣẹ aláwọ̀ ọba. bẹ́ẹ̀ ká má gbàgbé aláìní àtàwọn máa.
Welcome to another wonderful time on TV. You're watching youth.com. My name is Aziz, and with me, as usual, is the beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Alright, on youth.com.
I got your head right.
Of course. No, actually, sorry, you did not. You didn't get to my head. I hear it all the time, so you didn't get to my head. Today on youth.com, we'll be talking about the African time syndrome.
That has started affecting babies in the womb.
Yeah.
10 months. You're still waiting.
Even some people actually...
They're generally not just punctual, and this has denied them some of the best opportunities of their lives.
Even some people will actually arrive late at their wedding.
Now you just imagine.
Do you get?
No, that's funny. Okay, what would you be doing in the house while your wedding is going on?
It's traffic.
Traffic.
We all blame it on traffic.
Okay, that's the Lagos sharp.
We sought your opinion on we think.
And on Chat Zone, we had experts discuss this topic thoroughly.
Now, how can you shift your attitude and become time conscious? We'll be showing you this on a docudrama that's coming your way on 360 Degrees.
So don't go nowhere. All this and more coming your way shortly on
youth.com.
I'm guilty because I've got to events late.
As if we don't do the right thing at the right time. That's what caused African time. We are not prompt in whatever we are doing.
I can't really say because I don't really indulge in it. But sometimes I know we'll find ourselves into it.
Yeah, I think I am. Yeah, I am. I'm guilty of the African time syndrome.
Hi, my name is Onyeka Onwenu. I'd like to urge you to watch. It's so wonderful.
Youth.com. Youth.com.
But hey guys, stick with the very best. Youth.com.
Stay here. If you move, I move.
Hello out there, it's another time out on Chat Zone on youth.com. My name is Omo. I'm not here alone. I've got in the studio with me to discuss this very interesting topic, African time. And with me I have Ihoma Ogunyomi, a drama teacher. Say hello to the guests. And I have Ola Aziz, a management specialist.
Hello.
And our in-house person, Abisoye.
Hello.
And today, like I said earlier, we're going to be discussing African time. I'll start with you, Ihoma.
Okay, well.
What do you understand by African time? And do you get yourself involved in it?
Oh, well, I think the topic African time is something that has built over the years. You know, when I heard about it, I thought to myself, why are we discussing African time and not European time? But really, why do we just say African time? So I think it's just something that has built up over time. That is, it's based on the fact that we feel that we as Africans do not have integrity in timing. And I don't think it's very right.
Mr. Araz, do you agree with what Ihoma just said?
Well, I think I agree. Maybe I may need to actually take the discussion further to the next level.
Okay.
It's all about the act of indiscipline. You know, it's more or less a way of just saying I'm not going to be there. It's a way. It's just like creating an escape route for non-action, non-discipline, and at the same time failure to deliver on the specific time.
All right. So, Abisoye, what do you think is responsible for this?
Well, I would agree with them, but I think, you know, when you go to some places and you go there as early as the time they said, and by the time you're there, they're not ready. So why should I come early the next time I'm going to come? So, I don't know, it's like that.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you, Ihoma, as a teacher, I'm sure you work with students and you then call time classes for 8 and then training 9 o'clock and say, I forgot my shoes, I left my bags.
Yes, I understand what you're saying. I think it still goes back to the family, the home. You know, the society itself is made up of a family of homes.
Okay, which is a smaller unit of society.
Yes, a smaller unit of society. So children come from these homes. I'm a teacher, you know. I stand at the gate. Oh, you have to come to school. You know how we sing 8 o'clock is the time for school, 8 o'clock in the morning. Only for you to see some children coming at 9. And you're wondering, and do you know, aside from watching plays, do you know that their parents tell them, don't worry, it's okay, just do teacher, there's nothing that's going to happen. You understand? So tell me, if a child already has that mentality over time, how would that's the problem. How would you come early by the time you graduate and have to go for an interview? It's not possible.
Okay, so being a management specialist, I think time management is part of what you do.
Yep.
So how do you prefer solutions to this?
Well, number one, we need to get what I call a goal. We need to set personal goal, what we intend to be. And in setting goal possible, you need to actually start from what I call a SMART objective. SMART is an acronym, S-M-A-R-T. S means you need to be specific.
Okay.
You know, at a point I want to do this, possibly 1 or 2 things at a go. Then you need to be, the goal you have set for yourself need to be measurable. A manager will say what cannot be measured cannot be managed. You've got to make sure that there are certain metric and measurement for you to be able to say, well, 8 o'clock is 8 o'clock, not 8 o'clock or 8:30 or 9 o'clock. No. Again, it has to be realistic. It has to be time bound. And at the same time, it has to be something that is achievable. And in doing that, you know, time is money. You waste your time, you waste your life.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to say, I don't know who would want to answer this question, but you have events and people these days actually plan events.
Okay.
And they'll be like, oh, let's put it at 12. Oh, no, I don't put it at 12. If you put it at 12, now I want to. So just put it at 11.
Yep.
And then for people who are time conscious, they come around 11 and they're waiting like, boy, I thought you guys said it's going to start for like 12. How come it's not, it's not done yet? So what factors could be responsible have maybe issues of hold up and the rest?
Okay. Really, it's all about planlessness. Somebody said proper planning prevents poor performance. You know Lagos traffic situation.
Not just Lagos, I think
As part of Nigeria. You understand? You know the traffic situation of where you find yourself, in Kaduna, in Abuja, wherever you may find yourself. Having learned the configuration and possibly the peculiarity of a particular location you find yourself, you should be able to factor in all those peculiarities so that at the end of the day, you will be able to do what? To plan your activity very well. How do I mean? You know, when we say whether event, whether production, whether manufacturing, even in school, anywhere you find yourself, that has to do with economic activity, there's what we call a chain of activity. There'll be input, there'll be process, and then there'll be output. And if input, the guy in charge of input is not there, right? It means that the guy that will process it is not there. And then the guy at the other end of the chain. So in other words, there should be synergy. They should compare apple with apple. Share the same goal, share the same
so they can achieve.
That's the point.
I agree with him in a way, the planning thing, but at the same time I disagree too, because you know planning is not enough.
Yes.
It's possible for you to plan and still not meet up with what you have planned. You know, even though she said that you have to set realistic goals, I think the underlying factor is still indiscipline. And that's, see, to change the mentality will take time. And aside from taking time, we'll have to start showing people good examples. You know, we all learn by examples. If I were to tell you, come here at 11 o'clock. If I don't get here at 11 o'clock, next time, when I say come at 11, you will come here at 1, knowing that I'm coming up, I might be there that day. You understand? So I think it's a progression. I think discipline.
I join many organizations in the country, humanitarian, professional, town, and what have you. One of the things I actually do as somebody holding position of leadership is to actually encourage what I call the early bird. I'll be there myself as a good ambassador of time keeping. Not only that, certain things, certain motivational souvenirs will be for the first 5 people. On time.
So
with that, we actually motivate them and encourage them. You see, at that level, coercion will not work. You've got to actually motivate people. Let them see the reason that if you are not there on time,
they will lose what they have. So, if I'm going to put it, the guys say if you want to go out, tell your wife it's 10 o'clock, even when you guys are supposed to go out for 1. So, women or men, who is more time conscious? Okay. I'm not going to answer that one. Okay.
Really, I don't know. Maybe I think men. I would say men are more time conscious.
Generally.
You know what? We are good for an outing and event. It will take maybe ages for him to make up. But it's awful. Now, I just get myself. Guy, maybe 10-15 minutes. I'm down inside the car, waiting for my wife. Jewel of my estimation.
So I understand what you're trying to say.
So she has to actually be jeweled.
Because she doesn't look good at the end of the day. That's my wife. So she wants to look good, but I think I understand what you're trying to say. You know, this male-female thing in terms of time. You know, one has to actually, it's still discipline. That's the truth. I'm a woman. I'm married, so I know. Sometimes I'm doing everything I have to do at home. My husband takes his bath after me, does everything after I'm done. At the end of the day, he still waits for me.
You cannot go back to your planning. Yes, planning prevent poor performance. So you've got to get your thing right.
So that's what I'm still trying to do.
So another word maybe planning and self-discipline. Those are the 2 cardinal points that we have.
Well, I understand this self-discipline thing you're saying, but what happens when I'm going to meet someone?
No, you just deliver on your part. Do your part, and then I'm sure that person is going to learn from you. Okay, guys, I hope you've heard what our panelists have to say on African time, and this thing I think is just peculiar to the Nigerian society. So viewers, discipline, planning are the vital ingredients to change the mentality of African time in our society. With these 2 core values, you'll be able to erase African timing from our society. Stay tuned for more on youth.com after the musical break.
African big boys, come out and play. JJC, we don't die, we multiply. You wanna mess with me, right? Say hello to my little friend. Africans, this one is a remix. Make couple calls giving me a remix. Couple guys say they're down for the remix. This is the African Unite remix. Yo, if you got money in the bag, let
Let me see your African sky. Tribal sky, migrant sky. Ha! They're all African sky.
I'm African, yes I am. Like Obama, yes we can. Be what? President of your country, understand. Make way we coming through. With my people, not that clan. I got a master plan, we will never fall, united we stand.
We are Africans. Louder. We are Africans. Louder. We are Africans. Come on, Africans. Yeah. We are Africans. I can hear you. We are Africans. Louder. We are Africans. Come on, Africans.
I'm so proud that you can see I'm an African Nubian queen with a Jamaican mix. Watch me move my body and swing my hips. Hey, sweet with ebony lips. Lines you can never eclipse. If you wanna be African, let me give you a tip. Scream it out.
Back in the days, once you call it, now we're taking it back. Oh, I'm minu. Wanna go down, see I'm alone, yimu. And I'm saying to my boom, my DNA. Got strength from my bicep like Tyson. Still full, I'm a coach, I'm a botan. Maleno like a rude, they love me like a woman. Deleo. We are Africans. We are Africans. Yeah, we are Africans. I can hear you. We are Africans. We are Africans. Come on, Africans. Carry me over the ocean and over the sea. When I reach overseas, see waiting I see. We are warriors, we are one to the storm and turbulence. So many don't know about the lingo. Why my dog see screaming out the lingo.
From the get-go, crude in the petrol. And for the slaves to pass down, man, we'll rep those. I'm an African everywhere I get low. Milk that when it's all done, we'll let go. Be the best, yo, we keep it easy. Not too much skills, too much of easy. So best believe that at the top of the ring where we at, we still helping out like rehab.
We are Africans. Louder. We are Africans. Louder. We are Africans. Come on, Africans. Yeah. We are Africans. I can hear you. We are Africans. Louder. We are Africans. Come on, Africans. We are so far leading by far. The biz is bizarre. Trying to Usain Bolt our culture. Muhammad Ali, the industry. Tiger Woods, Buck Paw till I'm out the hood. I handle them like Hamilton. No mistakes, no breaks, two hands, too good. Break another record. Add a little truth for the record. DJ in the booth with the needle on the record. Watch as I wreck it. Let me hear who for the record. The Caribbean mix. West Indian, African twist. 5 continents, 7 seas. We cross these, best believe we're the it after the shit. We are Africans. Louder. We are Africans. Louder. We are Africans. Come on, Africans.
How I'm saying it. And you see how I'm saying it, yeah? 1, 6, 6.
Louder. Come on, Africans.
The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. The darker the skin, the deeper the roots. In that case, I'm blacker than black. Real life proof. Trying to wax on my face is just I'm speaking the truth. I'm from that G-A-G-T-T-O. I'm a Shango straight from O-Y-O. When you're on your own, you told to go away. Fine for that.
You will never put your feet up until you realize only us can defeat us. Lead us, give hope to your believers, and make achievers from the unbelievers. Believe us.
We are Africans. Louder. We are Africans. Louder. We are Africans. Come on, Africans.
Hi, my name is Onyeka Onwenu. I'd like to urge you to watch. It's so wonderful.
Youth.com. Youth.com.
But hey guys, stick with the very best. Youth.com.
Stay here. If you move, I move.
Drop it. Jewel, go!
It has become the norm in this part of the world for events to start behind schedule. Some people no longer consider punctuality as a core value to their progress, development, and advancement. This level of indiscipline has given popularity to the cliché in our society called the African time. Is the African time phenomenon a healthy one? Has it affected our growth and development in any way? Maybe the following sins would make you view the African time phenomenon in a new light.
Drop it. Jewel, go!
Wow, nice goal! Nice goal! That's a sweet goal. Nice one. Michelle Bastos. Good morning, honey. Oh, that's sweet.
reading your papers this morning.
Oh yeah.
You forgot you have a meeting for 10 this morning.
I know those guys. I know them very well. They won't be there earlier than 1 p.m. But it's no big deal. I've taken care of that. So, how are my kids?
They are doing fine, but after you running late, I'm taking them to school right away.
You be good. You take care of them, okay?
I'll try.
Have a swell time, Derry. Bye. Yeah. Power sector investors may enjoy tax holiday. There's nothing in this paper, sir. Let me just enjoy my life again.
Honey, you are still at home?
Oh my God.
I'm so good, I'm so good. I be original Madubo, no wala. Anytime when you see me, just call me a Madubo.
Hello, sir. Hi, sir.
Hello? Yes, Mike. It's 1 o'clock. The meeting is over, man. They left. This is 1 o'clock. The meeting was scheduled for 10. It's over, man. They've gone back. I'm sorry, Mike. You know, I've always told you about this African time thing. It doesn't work. Next time, try keeping to your time.
Please hold on, sir. Please wait, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Don't kill me. You ever been virtual?
See the ripple effect of a single action. Something to ponder about, isn't it? Being late is no longer in vogue, and it is rude. Be on time. Be punctual. It speaks volumes about your character.
Money help where?
Drop it, Jewel, go!
Money help where? Money help where? Money help where? Money help where? And we're back.
Yeah, Harris, and I learned something new today.
You did, really? What did you learn?
I really did learn something.
What did you learn?
I learned that no successful man jokes with time.
True.
Only mediocres don't keep the time.
True. Well said.
Thank you.
You can also join our youth.com community on www.fans.youthwithaz.tv.com.
That is fans.youthwithaz.tv.com. And until we come your way next week, we say, keep to time.
Please, no African time. Don't lose that opportunity.
Don't
go
late for your wedding.
I don't want to, I'm sure. We'll see you next week, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.